From the floor of the CME Group, this is Danny Riley on the cash close. Ooh, I'm all excited. And the name of this video, quiet day for the S&P 500 futures. The high of the day in the S&P came in at 2106.80 mid-morning. The low came in at 2099.5 early, and last we're 2100.5. We're up 1.3 handles. Total volume, we've just got over 1 million minis traded and 1,000 big S&Ps traded in the pit. MOC, the MIM had this one right. It was showing 455 million to sell, and the actual MOC came out sell 570 million. Tomorrow we've got James Bullard speaking from the Fed. We have the Consumer Price Index. We have the Redbook. We have the FHFA House Price Index. We have the PMI Manufacturing Index Flash. We have the Richmond Fed Index, and we have a 2-year note auction. Now, you know, the ESM, the mini S&P, went out kind of weak on Friday's close, but there was a lot of reasons for that. You had a rebalance, and you had the quad witch going on, and you had huge flow going in both directions. Now, today, the S&P had a very, very narrow range, a 7.75 handle range, up until just a couple minutes ago when we started doing this video. After we put out the imbalance, the S&P did a flunk-a-dunk. It just sold off down to, I think, 94.25, but as we got down under 98, some size sell imbalances came in, and let me read them out to you. I think that there was 3,200 minis were sold on the 2097 halves. 6.7 thousand minis were sold on the 90s, on the 9675s. 2.3 thousand minis were sold on the 96s, and then we just made that new low at 94.25. I can't see over right now what is going on, but we're going out kind of weak here. Now look, before I continue, I want to point out that Alcoa starts the earnings season on April 8th. Now, aside from this selling that we've seen going on in the close, we had a pretty quiet day here going until the last couple of minutes. And I think what happened here is the low volume, the low volatility, combined with big sells going in on the close, kind of ganged up on the S&P. There was no one here to support it, and down it went. That said, I'm really thinking that this is okay, that, you know, the kind of price action we're seeing up against these highs, it's not just going to go blowing through. But I think during this week's trade, maybe even tomorrow, we've got a lot of economic reports tomorrow, we start going back up, or Wednesday we start going back up, we start nailing those buy stops. Now those buy stops come in at about 2107.70, and they go all the way up to 2115 even. So I think what we need to see here over the next couple of days, and again, I think the sell-off is fine, is we need to see a little bit of back and fill price action. Now, I'm sorry I've not been online the last couple of days. We had a little bit of technical difficulty. Actually, the power to the house has been kind of shaky, and FPL came out to fix it. That was even scarier than the electric going up and down. But we're going to leave it like that, and I want to thank everybody for following Mr. Top Step, and we'll see you tomorrow on the opening print.